Hey guys, what is up? Mike Locke here. Thanks for tuning in to another video blog. In this video, I want to talk about the importance and the value of networking, and as well as how to go about doing it. Okay, how to network. This topic came up because in my last video, I touched on this a little bit when I talked about contract work and full-time work. I talked about the importance of, when you're in an office, it's invaluable to network with people and to utilize that network of people to advance your career. You may meet someone that goes to a different company where you can use that leverage to kind of get access to that company or get access to the right person to speak to about a particular position you may be interested in. And so networking is huge. Some people commented on my last video and they were touching on networking. They brought up some really good points. A couple of people were saying like, hey Mike, it kind of sucks that it is who you know in the industry per se, in terms of like knowing people and moving up throughout your career, and those of us who can't really network, we get overlooked. We may have the talent, but we get overlooked. And someone else also talked about how he's an introvert, and a lot of designers are like that. They want to sit behind the scenes, create stuff. I think generally designers are naturally like introverts per se. They want to, they're focused on designing. They don't want to go out there and talk. They're not salespeople, okay? And I think that's true for a lot of us. But I'll say this. Look at it like this. The fact of the matter is, yes, that is true. Some people do get overlooked if you're not out there networking. But the fact of the matter is, you have to go out there and say hi to people, okay? If you're freelancing, you're living at home with mom and dad, you're in your room and you're building mom and pop shops and you're by yourself, nobody knows who you are. The only way to get noticed is to meet people. And the best way to meet people is through being in an office. Because what you do is not only do you meet people at higher positions than who you are. Okay, so that's my advice. That's why it's so beneficial to get into an office. I always tell people, it doesn't matter if you're 14 years old or 50 years old, if you're trying to get into UI, UX design, build up your skills, build up a portfolio, a body of work, and pursue a particular job, whether it's a contract or full-time job. Get into an office, okay? Build a foundation, have a foundation, and utilize that leverage, those resources in that office space, and start networking. And basically the importance and the value of networking goes like this, is when you meet people and people get to know who you are, you're going to have people, directors that go to different startups, that go to other companies. You're going to remain in contact with them through LinkedIn, and then as you grow, they may reach out to you if there is a need. That happens to me a lot. Or you may reach out to them. If you're out there being proactive and looking at different positions, you may say, hey, Jeff Smith, I used to work with him back at Fox. He now works at Snapchat, and I want to work at Snapchat, which is a hot startup now in Venice Beach. So I see that there's a UI position. I might email Jeff Smith. Hey, Jeff, he's a product manager there. Hey, can you connect me with the right person? And he will reach out to you if you built that network. Now, I think it's self-explanatory, the importance of networking, okay? I had multiple positions offered to me because of my networks. One at Twitter, I talk about that often. One at Amazon, I didn't talk about this a lot, but yeah, there's a product manager I worked with while at Fox. He went over to Amazon and he reached out to me. It was like, Mike, I'm head of this particular department. We would love to have someone like you work with us. But that's when I was working at Yahoo and I didn't leave. But this happens quite often. I know a lot of senior people in various positions because I worked with them. I networked, I built that connection, and I could utilize them to grow my career. Now, networking is huge, but how do you go about doing it? There's a misconception in terms of how to go about networking. Networking is not about going to a group and everyone handing out their business cards. Hi, I'm a plumber. Hi, I'm a designer, and meeting people like that. No. networking is not like that. Networking, well, that is a form of networking, but I'll talk about that in a second. But the networking I'm talking about is done indirectly in an office environment. Okay, you land a job. Here's the two things you must do, or you have to do naturally in order to network. First thing is be a nice person. Be kind, be nice, and be friendly to your coworkers. That's number one. The second thing is do your job well. That is it. There is nothing consciously or any other effort that you do to actually network with people. All you do is be kind to your coworkers, be friendly, and be personable, and do your job well. And the networking will happen naturally. Okay, when you're nice, you're kind, and you do a good job at your job, do a good job at your job, like doing your work, whatnot, people will naturally love to work with you. Okay, and so when you're there at a particular company and you're working with product managers or developers and whatnot, just being a nice person, being a kind person, and doing a good job, you're building a strong network, a strong connection to people. And so what happens is your network grows stronger, or you gain more equity in that networking sort of connection the longer you stay with that person or at that company. So if you work with somebody for 2 years, now you have a strong connection with that person. If you work with somebody for 1 year, that you have one year's worth of equity, network equity, if you will, with that person. So that's essentially how it goes. So if you worked with somebody and you were always nice to them, or you were kind and you did your job well, they will remember you. That network have been built with that person indirectly. You don't have to focus on, hey, I need to build a network connection with this person. No, it happens automatically. Trust me. Okay, that's how networking is done. It's much better than going to, you're a freelance designer, making small amounts of money. I want to go to some network meeting down the street or at some particular cafe, and I meet 20 other entrepreneurs and whatnot. Guess what? 9 times out of 10, everyone else is broke. You're broke, everyone else is broke. If I'm broke and I'm meeting 12 other broke people, they can't help me. I'm sorry. Okay? But if I'm broke and I work with the VP and I'm nice to that person, when he moves up and he becomes CEO of Amazon or VP of Amazon or VP of Google, guess what? Now I have a strong connection where I could use that leverage to grow my particular career. Okay? But if I'm at home in my mom's basement and this other guy is at home in his mom's basement, and we're trying to find clients and whatnot, yes, that's a network, but it's of little value. Okay, we're not going to push each other per se. Okay, definitely in my experience, that's how it is. So I'm not knocking networking at a freelance level. I'm just giving you the honest truth. The truth is, networking within an office environment, the value of those connections are much stronger than you can when you're a freelance designer and you're networking on social media with people who don't know who you are. And the reason is, it's important for people to know how you work. Okay, I may know somebody across country just through a connection through social media, but I don't really know his or her day-to-day tendencies. I don't know their emotional state. I don't know what they go through on a day-to-day basis. But when somebody works with you on a day-to-day basis on a product, on a project over several months, they can really understand how you work and who you are as a professional. Okay, and that's what I'm talking about, is it has to be built in an office environment. So networking is huge, guys. I know I said a lot. There's much more to talk about this, but I don't want to ramble on for hours and hours and hours, but that's it. Okay, the importance and value of networking is huge. And how do you go about networking? It's done indirectly, just by being a nice person and doing your job well. All right, thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you have any questions, please hit me up in the comments. Talk to me about if you're confused on any of this stuff, and I'm always happy to chat back and forth with you. As always, if you like the things that I talk about, hit the like button on the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more of these videos. And always visit my website, mlwebco.com, to learn more about me. You want to learn more about my training course. and you want to hit me up, use the contact link on my website to ask me any questions. I'll be happy to chat back and forth with you. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk soon. Peace.